yesterday, Sunday, was our first day in Barcelona. We technically got in on Saturday night, but like really late, 11:30 or something. So we did nothing. We got a pizza and chilled. But yesterday we went out and did our walking tour of the city. We started at the Plaça de Catalunya, which is the start of an official walking tour, an actual written up walking tour that we were going to do. But pretty quickly we realized that everything on the tour was things that the girls weren't interested in, and really all things that Dominica and I had seen before. So it didn't make a whole lot of sense. But when we got to the Plaça de Catalunya, El Corte Inglés, which is the department store in Spain, it's located right there with a 9-story department store. So we hit that partially because of the awesome air conditioning. That was a blessing. But the girls said it turns out they've only been to outlet stores, the American style single vendor, like Calvin Klein owns a store. That's the only thing they sell. Traditional outlet stores, that's what America does these days. But here you still have traditional department stores where you have lots of brands and lots of different things in one place. And they'd never really seen one before. Of course, they've been in little ones, but nothing that was like a traditional department store like we think of it, like a Harrods, like a Hudson Bay Company, like a Macy's in New York. So that was a cool experience for them, and they did some shopping, and just, really that kind of stuff is a good cultural experience. This is how Spaniards actually shop. So we actually did those things. That's important, just like going to a grocery store, or going out to local restaurants, or listening to the guy bang the drums on the street. And so we did some shopping. The girls actually got some clothes, worked out great, got great deals, way cheaper than the US. And then we went out and walked Las Ramblas, which is the pedestrian walking way with all the shops. It's very touristy, but a lot of the locals use it too, just because it's the place to walk, right? No traffic. It's absolutely gorgeous, very historic, but it's also, you gotta be careful. It's where gypsies hang out and all the con artists, and it's really just a collection of souvenir shops and overpriced gelato places. So if you're gonna do it, be aware. It's pretty cheesy, but it's also gorgeous, and you kind of have to do it if you're here. We've done it previously, so we weren't looking forward to it again, but it is a nice walk. They did a whole bunch of souvenir shopping there, which is a big thing for them. They enjoyed that, did find some stuff. Dominica actually bought a really cool souvenir. Yes, it's a cheesy souvenir, but it really matches. It's one of the things she likes from Barcelona and matches our atrium back in Texas. So we got some decoration for there, and she really enjoyed that. From there, we did go see some Gaudi architecture, which the girls turned out to be very excited about, which we thought they would, but it's tough to kind of introduce it and explain. This is a city that's kind of a living architectural museum, and you have to walk around the city to see the museum exhibits, basically. So that went well. We went to see some more Gaudi and ended up at another open-air market. Emily found an antique ring. That went really well. She ended up buying that. It was very cool. They told us we had to go see the Magic Fountain, which somehow Dominica and I had never seen before. So that sounded cool, but it's at the Plaça de España, which we have been to. We know the plaza, but we had never seen the fountain. So we did have a recommendation from Kara and Nate, not to us, just a general thing they put on the internet, to go to the sandwich shop that does 100 different sandwiches. Now, in their video, they talked a lot about it as if, in my memory at least, that it was a very Barcelona thing to do. The reality is it's not even from here. It's a restaurant chain out of Huelva, which is Spanish, not Catalonian, let alone Barcelonan. And it's a huge franchise in many countries, so we've been past them in Italy and Greece and stuff. But we went to that, and even though it wasn't a Barcelona experience, it was a true Spanish experience, and a great place. 25 euros, we got way more food than we could eat. It was huge variety. Everybody liked it. We were all able to get stuff that we liked. So even though it's just a general thing. If you're in Spain, it's a great place to go. I'll put the link in the comments at some point. But that worked out really well, and if we'd have known the size of the sandwiches and been able to plan a little bit better, 20 euros would have done it. We would have fed all 4 of us for 20 euros, which is not something you can do easily anywhere. From there, we took the subway, went to the Plaça de España, and the Magic Fountain is, I have to say, the thing to see in Barcelona. I mean, it's only 10 minutes long, and it's only available certain days of the week, but it is free, and it is just the most amazing fountain you will ever see. It is one of the largest. It's half a kilometer long, first of all, and it throws water so far in the air and puts on such a show with music and lights. Take the kid. It's good for kids. It's good for dates. It's good for everything. It is worth seeing. Absolutely spectacular. Highly recommended. and free. But check the schedule. It only runs certain days and only like twice on those days, so very hard to see. So that was our first day in Barcelona.